Hi again folks from the Tiniest Workshed in Scotland. Thanks again for watching these videos. It's fantastic to see the views and so on. Love it if you could leave some comments or at least a wee thumbs up, and of course if you're enjoying these, please subscribe. It really does help make the videos more visible to other people, and you know, it just makes me feel good as well. So first thing to say, I am absolutely loving that Evolution R15 vac dust extractor that I've installed. I was playing around in here today doing a bit of hand routing with a trimmer just here, and just as a wee test for a height gauge that I got, had the hand trimmer hooked up to the dust extractor. It's incredible how much dust it takes away, and then doing the cleanup afterwards, night and day, from having to use a vacuum cleaner or do everything outside and then get out the brush to sweep the patio so that the dog won't bring wood shavings into the house and so on and so on. So I absolutely love that gadget. So glad that I got it. Next thing is the router table. As you know, perhaps if you watched previous videos, I made a prototype router table with some quite cheap parts. Used it a bit. It's fabulous to have a table as well as a handheld trimmer or router, but it is too small and it's a bit too rough a prototype. I think the thing with making a router table is that it makes you realise just how much you want to make another router table, hopefully a better one. So I have started making plans and marking things out for a new router table, and I want to show you that, just the, you know, the piece of wood and the marking up, the basic idea of it, and some of the bits I've got for it today, including a pretty darn expensive but fabulous thing that I have bought as the centerpiece of my new router table to be. I'm massively excited about it. I'm going to try an overhead camera view pointing down onto the workbench. Hopefully that will work. I'm trying to make these things as easy and interesting to watch as possible. So without further ado, let's go and take a wee look at that. This is the idea for the new router table. This is 18mm ply. It's not fantastic quality, but I'm still testing things out. The plate, about which more in a minute, will go in here. I've got some T-track. This is 30 type, so called because it's 30 mils in total width. And T-track for the obvious reason of the upside down T-shaped profile in there. That would be for a miter guide to run along at the bottom. This is 45 type T-track. It's actually exactly the same 30 type slot, but it's got this additional upside down bit on there. These two pieces will be to attach a fence which you use as a guide when feeding stuff through the machine. The reason that I've got the stuff with a groove there is because I'm going to add a scale to it. This is something I found online. It's actually steel little measuring rulers. There's a left to right and right to left, so that you can have them both running the same way. There's also middle ones, so you can align it to the centre where the router bit comes up. Pretty good. Amazing what you can get. The way T-track works, as you might imagine, is that there's lots of standard things that fit into that upside down T-shaped profile, and then you attach stuff to them. If I line that up properly, that is. Things like threaded rods that you can put in, little thumb screw things to hold stuff down and so on. So pretty easy, given it's a standard system, to build jigs and fences and all that kind of stuff. Really cool. But what plate to put in. That brings us to the interesting bit. Let me just get this. Okay, this thing arrived. The little very cheap router plate that I've got in the existing prototype, really thin, 5mm, it's pretty light metal. It's only got a tiny little section of really shallow track at the front. The fence doesn't stay parallel. Very annoyingly, the crank is positioned about there, that you use to raise and lower the router so that you can set the height or even change the bits with the spanners. So you need to move the fence all the way back or even take it off in order to wind the thing up and down, which is miserable. So I decided to get this incredible upgrade. Take a look at this. Off we go. This is the Enjoywood, what is it? GD7 Pro. That's Golf Delta 7 Pro, and it's an absolute beast. They actually give you a template with it, so you would sit this onto probably the underside of the piece of wood you're using to make the tabletop. It's got sticky tape there as well, and they also give you a flush trim pattern bit that you can use in handheld router or your previous router table to actually cut. You would obviously jigsaw out the majority of it, then use this with this little silver bearing that's attached to the top of the bit, because it comes out like that, running along this to cut out the shape for the actual plate. So let's take a look at the plate. It's so heavy duty, the accessories in this are fantastic. The thing itself, oh, this weighs 5 kilos. Look at that, absolutely gorgeous. Everything is levelable. This is where the crank goes to lift the mechanism up and down. You can adjust the clearance holding the router. It's just a single nut there to cinch the thing in and out, so easy to access. It weighs an absolute ton. You could kill somebody with this thing even without a router attached to it. And this also has a micro spanner to make adjustments in fractions of a millimetre in terms of the height. It's incredible. And just to prove that it fits perfectly into the template, look at that. I love stuff that's well machined to precise tolerances. I'm going to turn this upside down because that's the most stable way to leave it. Go into some of the accessories. What have we got? Oh yeah, these are the little clearance inserts for the centre of the plate, obviously to allow different sizes of bits to come through. And these are fantastic because instead of having to screw them on, they attach magnetically. That is so much better than either the plastic press fit or having to screw polycarb plates in. And as you can see, they're levelable with these little grub screws, so you can ensure that they sit absolutely flush. Although frankly, yeah, I'd maybe need to level that side a slight bit. But you can do that, no problem at all. None of this plastic stuff. What else have we got? That's just all the screws and things. It's got a very clever mechanism for installing this and making sure that it's level on the surface of the wooden tabletop. I'll show you that in a wee second. Pretty sure that's just the spanner, an actual proper spanner for adjusting things, rather than one of these flat pieces of black pressed metal. Here we go. There are 4 of these corner pieces. You can see the construction there. Interesting shape. What you do basically is you install these, if you imagine, on the underside of the piece of wood that you're using as your tabletop. So this section goes flush underneath the piece of wood, and this section sticks up a wee bit. For example, it would be like sticking up about there in the bottom corner, and this rests onto it like that. And then these two holes here into there, you've got hex top bolts, so you can level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different points to make sure that that surface is absolutely flush with your tabletop. This is all solid metal. It's absolutely fantastic. In terms of raising and lowering, you get this very fancy, again, solid metal except for this little plastic roller, this crank, and it goes, and it goes right in there to raise and lower the mechanism. Probably see that coming up and going down. That's the coarse adjuster, and it's in front of it rather than behind it, so you don't need to move your fence. If you want to adjust it very precisely, you can see that that's marked in 1/2 mil increments. Now these two little holes in this micro adjuster spanner that's got 2 dots, so it goes in there and you can adjust it super precisely. And the degree to which these things alter the position is tunable. 1 revolution is 1.5 mils, as it says. It's absolutely fantastic, totally rock solid, has an amazingly simple to route out installation mechanism, magnetic plates, coarse and fine adjustment, and it's all levelable everywhere. I absolutely love it, and I cannot wait to get this thing into this table. It's just such incredible high quality. The Enjoywood, what did I say, GD709 is the model number, but you'll find it as the Enjoywood GD7. I got this from Banggood, first time I've ever shopped there. You can choose which warehouse the stuff shipped from, and I was able to choose the UK warehouse for this, so it came in 2 days, and not from overseas. It's incredibly well packaged, all these styrofoam inserts. This is thick gauge cardboard, and it had plastic strapping around it as well. This will not get damaged in transit, although if your delivery guy drops it, his feet will get damaged because it weighs a bloody ton. It's incredibly over-engineered, and I just can't tell you how much I love the thing. The red highlights are fabulous as well. That's part of the reason I got the red 45 type T-track. I think this is going to be incredible. Well, I actually paused the filming of this to watch back over the previous segment about that router lift and plate, and it's been a long time since I've sounded that excited about something, I have to say. I think it's going to be really great. It'll take me a wee while to get on to actually making it. I've got some things to do for this next week or so, including my 45th birthday. How wonderful. My Amazon wish list these days is all weird bits and bobs and T-track and dust collection apparatus and so on, so very much middle-aged man, but it is exciting, and as long as you're excited and happy about something, not hurting anyone, then hell, go for it. I think this is going to be absolutely fantastic. Very much looking forward to routing out and getting this tabletop sorted. I'll have some wee progress shots maybe, and longer videos as well. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this once again. Leave a wee comment, please do subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.